Al-Malik Al-Awhad Najm ad-Din Ayyub ibn al-Adil Abu Bakr ibn Najm ad-Din Ayyub was the third Ayyubid emir of the Diyarbakir emirate, centered in Mayyafariqin, between 1200 to 1210 CE. He was the fourth eldest son of Sultan Al-Adil of Egypt, emir of Mayyafariqin. Following the ousting of Al-Adil from Damascus, Al-Adil divided much of the reunited Ayyubid Empire among his sons. The empire's northernmost possessions, centered on Mayyafariqin, were allotted to Al-Awhad. Al-Adil and Al-Adil later concluded an agreement whereby Al-Awhad would transfer control of Mayyafariqin to Al-Adil. However, Al-Awhad declined to give up part of his principality and Al-Adil refused to intervene. It is likely that Al-Adil himself ordered Al-Awhad to refuse the transfer due to Mayyafariqin's strategic importance as a border area fortress. Consequently, Al-Adil joined forces with brother Arizona's CE Ghazi of Aleppo, who disputed Al-Adil's rule. In an attempt to gain the support of his al-Din Usama, the Ayyubid emir of Ajlan, the brothers' approach backfired when al-Din informed Al-Adil of the conspiracy. A short-lived armed struggle between the two Ayyubid factions in Syria followed. Conquest of Armenia. Al-Awhad was central to Al-Adil's efforts to conquer the territories of Armenia and Al-Jazeera. Al-Awhad joined an Ayyubid army under the leadership of his brother Al-Ashraf of Haran to relieve the Zengid emir of Sinjar Qutb al-Din from an assault by his cousin Nur ad-Din Arslan Shah I of Mosul, the chief Zengid emir. In April 1204, the Ayyubid coalition swiftly defeated Nur ad-Din's forces at Nusaybin, chasing them back to Mosul, where they attacked several of the surrounding villages. By September, the Ayyubids had established a peace with Nur ad-Din. In 1207, in a bid to control the main road between Diyarbakir and eastern Anatolia, Al-Awhad launched an offensive against the Armenian city of Aklat, which was under the control of Balban. He was able to capture a number of smaller fortresses, namely Meuse and the surrounding villages, during his campaign, but ultimately failed to conquer Aklat. In 1208, Al-Adil sent Al-Awhad reinforcements for a second attempt to capture the city. Al-Awhad defeated Balban near Aklat and captured the lands around it. After retreating to the city's fortress, Balban was preparing Aklat for the impending Ayyubid assault. He subsequently formed an alliance with Tufril Shah, the Seljuk emir of Erzurum. Together they routed Al-Awhad's army, but Tufril soon turned on Balban and assassinated him. Tufril subsequently attempted to enter Aklat, but was rejected by the population, who now sent emissaries inviting Al-Awhad to take over the city. Facing no resistance, Al-Awhad took possession of Aklat later that year. Afterward, his army proceeded to conquer the strategic fortresses of Manzikert, Argesh and Van, all situated north of Lake Van in Armenian territory. Before Ayyubid control could be solidified, Al-Awhad faced revolts in Argesh and Van. He attempted to quash those insurrections. Aklat joined the rebellion later in 1208. Upon the orders of Al-Adil, Al-Ashraf led an army of roughly 1,000 troops to support Al-Awhad, and the Ayyubids managed to put down the revolt in Aklat, resulting in a heavy loss of life. By 1209, the Christian kingdom of Georgia challenged Ayyubid rule in eastern Anatolia. In response, Al-Adil assembled and personally led an army that included the emirs of Homs, Hama and Baalbek, as well as contingents from other Ayyubid principalities to back Al-Awhad and Al-Ashraf. The Georgians withdrew from the area when the Ayyubids approached Aklat. As the Georgians returned to the kingdom, Al-Awhad captured the general Ivan Mzarjeli on the outskirts of Aklat. Using Ivan as a bargaining chip, Al-Awhad agreed to release him in return for 30 years of peace with Georgia, thus ending the immediate Georgian threat to the Ayyubids. Bibliography